sorry for the technical difficulty. So you touched on the fact that you did not know where...
Yeah, just recap the past, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gorm basically did not know where the caravan itself came from, did not investigate the area.
No.
The two of you were rescued slaves, or rescued captives, we should say, on what seemed to be a slaver's caravan. You picked up Ren from the farm, and we really haven't touched on any of where you came from, other than to say that you awakened from being knocked unconscious at the farm.
Yeah.
And you, when you awakened, were presented / confronted by the insane purple-eyed creature, which has now parted ways permanently.
Violet the demon.
Seemingly. So.
That's not important. It's not story important.
Not to you.
No, not at all.
I should have killed Violet. That was my mission.
So, as those who have waged battle against threats that are most near to Duran, it would be wise of us, I think, to assist each other. The orcs, as we have dealt with them, are much more than, as you say, just a raiding party. We have been fighting off their caravans and their raids on anything outside of Duran's walls for the better part of the last 2.5 years. But we've never experienced anything like an ogre. And we've certainly never seen weaponry such as the axe and maul that you present us with now. And they have never come so far inland as Nero's Grove. This is all concerning.
Well, who is you? Who are your?
Well,
I was going to ask, what are your ties with the city of Duran? What are you? Why are you here?
Yeah. We work in cooperation with the mayor and administrator on occasion. We perform tasks for them, along with our friend Brax, who may or may not be prowling about. If you see Brax, be not concerned. Brax is a half-orc, but he is most assuredly on the side of the Empire.
A friend of yours.
He is absolutely a friend of mine.
Let me stop you there, compatriots. Do not mistake my hatred of my enemies for hatred of orcs or ogres. I am not unsympathetic to the plight of them getting into contact with this empire. I myself come from outside the empire and have thrown in my lot with them only for gold and for glory.
Well, some people might suggest that those are more weighty reasons than pride and love of country. So I will accept that, as long as the outcome to the tasks that I need performed are the same.
Then we have an understanding, he said in a Russian accent.
I noticed you two bear symbols on your rings. What is that?
Oh, can I see that symbol on the ring?
It's there, but
So,
I have to know. I noticed
up
it.
until
I have to
right
bring it
now,
up to
you
you.
have not noticed it.
Yeah, I have
As
to
soon
bring
as
that
he
to you.
mentions it, then it absolutely becomes obvious to you. You see it.
Is it the same as the signet ring that I have?
It is absolutely the same as that signet ring.
Right.
Oh, then Gorm laughs heartily and then says, "Oh, you have the same ring as me."
Oh Lord!
And he pulls out his and shows it.
You sure that's
See?
You
I
sure,
also
you sure
have
that's
one
what
of
you wanted
these.
to do? I said, let me roll for no. No, he said, let me roll for no. Don't do it.
So their previously sympathetic
Decoder ring.
tone and demeanor changes instantly. And the table, they kind of slide back from the table and put themselves on edge of seat. Where did you obtain this ring?
I found it on the corpse of a dead comrade. You have no need to fear for whatever this ring means to you. It is merely treasure for me. Unfortunately, it is all I have to remember of that one guy who I fought with in Nira's Grove. It was over his neck.
What I definitely want to do is remember. What are you gonna? Do you want to not remember who that is, or do you want to remember who that is?
I don't.
I'm asking. Do you want to not remember, or do you remember? Because I'll remember you. I'll help you
what
remember.
is
But
his
do
name?
you want? I'm asking you now.
I do want to
You
remember
do
his
want to
name.
remember,
What is
and
his
you
name?
do want to mention who it is. I just want
I
to.
do want to mention who
It was Ophelia. That's a girl. So he
Okay,
played.
Ophelia.
So you said that name,
Oh wait, no, she never said her name to.
but do you?
She never said her name around
Okay.
Gorm ever.
Maybe not.
He doesn't know what his name
That's
is.
not surprising. Also, never attacked.
Because
I remember
because that's big. So that needs to be known. Like whether he knows who that is or not.
He would absolutely mention it if he knew what it was. But
Right,
I
but I'm
don't think
saying,
he
do you-
ever heard what her name was.
Because I don't remember exactly what happened, and that's
No,
very
man.
important.
He came in on the wagon, and
And she never
they
said it.
basically headed east.
Yeah, they just say, "Hey, you look strong.
that's,
Come on."
that's
And
a good.
that was
that
effectively
gonna be a
it.
problem. But yeah, so yeah, you can.
He
but
just
you
said
can-
he shows them the ring and says, "This was on the neck of some person I met when I came to town.
Would
She
he know?
died.
Would he say
I
water
took
genasi?
ring."
Would he know that? Would he even know,
Yeah, I mean,
or would he say it?
it was a water genasi. I mean, would you share that?
Would you share that, like out of your own?
What are you saying to me now?
Okay, no.
She was a water genasi.
I'm gonna be honest.
As a-
I would just say no.
And
He
that was a
does-
very.
Gorm has no fucking clue what that is.
It's a water-looking person.
It's a
He
water.
has no idea
Okay.
what that is.
That's not something that
No,
you
he
guys
doesn't
that
mentioned.
makes
share it.
sense.
He's
Okay,
just
that's
like,
fine.
"Hey, man,
Okay.
I found this cool ring. You
Okay,
guys know
off
what
of the
this
corpse
is."
of a comrade.
At
That-
this
that
point-
makes sense.
Their demeanors don't change, but their body language does just slightly.
Mm.
They're not quite as. They looked like they were ready to fight, and at this point, they are not quite at that point.
Does Gorm pick up on that?
Oh,
They were ready to
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. This is not anything that they are trying to hide.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, it is. They are firmly confident in absolutely every movement and everything that is happening here. They believe that they are in complete control, and they want you to know that they believe
Yeah.
that.
As soon as they saw the ring, they were gonna.
Now,
Then
as soon as you mention the word treasure in regards to the ring, however, Atur's hand and Haran's hand both hit the table, and they both say, "Oh," Atur says to you, "This is not treasure. This is our property, and it must be returned at this point for
I will
us to have any sort of a future relationship."
Well, Gorm laughs very heartily, and his grin cannot be contained at this point. And he looks down, and he's standing up from the bench right now, and he's like, "Oh, I will absolutely return this ring. But first, tell me about it. Why is it so important to you?"
This ring is a symbol of our order. Only those who have been initiated, who have passed the tests, so to speak, may wear it. And any who would attempt to pass themselves off as members of the order without truly being members, well, their lives are forfeit upon sight. This signet presumably belongs to one of our fallen, although this is not the first time we have seen the signet ring or a signet ring like it, because they are all identical in this town within the last few weeks. So it is absolutely positive that the fool that had the one we had seen previously has gotten herself killed at the hands of Nero.
This does not surprise me, as ever since I have come to this small town from outside the Empire, men and women have thrown themselves into the jaws of wolves for mere trinkets such as these. This means nothing to me. However, if it means so much to your order, and as a gesture of good faith, I will give you back your ring. And he hands it to them.
Atur takes it. He inspects it briefly, peels a little bit of the dried gore that's on the ring itself off of it because it had been, for a period of time, stored inside the hag's head in the gore sack.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tucks it away into a pouch
Esophagus-y.
and says,
So you see,
I'm grateful for
that's
a reasonable, civilized resolution to this. That could have gone very poorly for everyone here. Probably mostly for the fat pig itself, because I have a feeling, Gorm the Strong One, we would have torn this place to the ground.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good fight. More ale!
Atur throws his hand up and waves barrel back.
Oh, no fun.
I believe that now that we've had a conversation and you've shared information with us, we could share a little with you as a sign of good faith. The orcs that we have dealt with have been running up and down the river for, well, like I had said, the better part of the last 2.5 years. They've never been as far inland as Nero's Grove, however, and certainly not with wagons. Our expectation was that they did not travel far from the river itself. And quite frankly, that's a big part of the reason that Duran sits as far inland as it does. What we need to understand, and what unfortunately myself, Oran, and Brax are unable to accomplish on our own, is how strong this orc force is. Is it truly a war party? Is there an actual nation of orcs and other uncivilized type creatures that reside on
Every time you say
South Route?
civilization, it makes me mad. That's out of character.
Oh yeah,
OOC, parentheses, OOC.
fair enough. Because the primary purpose here of Duran is to advance the influence and the prestige of the Empire into this uncivilized land, and to bring some sense of order and law to the chaos that exists beyond the walls.
It's just like 4 different trigger words.
Yeah.
Society, lawfulness, order.
With all of this, Gorm the Strong One and Rena and Ren, was it?
Yeah.
And Swindle? Swinford? Swinford, is it? With this,
Swinsy.
the 4 of you,
Swinny boy.
Sweezy.
Over
Are
to
you-
my lovers.
are you
Oh God.
are you interested in assisting us with, well, honestly, learning what we don't know and making a hefty profit in the process?
Somebody else answer before me. I've done so much talking, my throat hurts.
And you are in allegiance with the mayor of this city?
We perform tasks for the mayor and the administrator.
Where does your allegiance lie?
To be completely honest, Swinford, our allegiance lies with whomever pays the most.
The guild of calamitous intent.
Calamitous.
Sitting there quietly, just listening.
Do you have any questions for us whatsoever?
Rena, are you
I'm just observing.
Okay.
well, my compatriots are silent, except for this one who's about to say something. You gonna say something?
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah.
Hey, go for it, buddy.
So are you normally stationed around here? Are you native to this location, or do you come from elsewhere?
Hey, Gorm leans over. He's like, hey,
Well-
you know that guy who was at the door at the mayor's house? He wore the same ring. And then he scoots over.
Does he say this quietly or
No, he
loudly,
doesn't.
drunk and loudly?
He says it quietly to a drunk person.
Sure.
As far as being stationed around here, and as you say that, you catch Horon look up at you and cock his head to the side. So he obviously caught that exchange. As the tour continues forward, we are residents of Duran for now. We come and go, though, as members of our orders are wont to do.
You're men of means, and for that, if you are able to pay for my services, I will split any skulls that are needed.
Excellent. The rest of you, do you share Gorm's?
I mean, these guys seem much more chill than me. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to them. I don't drag them along unless they want to.
We can work together.
I am pro-choice.
Pro-choice. We can definitely work together. I just don't understand where, if you come and go as you please, then how did you choose to come here? Unless you're coming directly from the child.
It was, as I had said before, our allegiance lies with the highest bidder. And right now, the Empire is the highest bidder, and we have been assigned a task. And broadly, I've shared the goals, the results that we are expected to provide, which unfortunately, up until now, we have been prevented from fully accomplishing because, well, we are limited in number on this particular piece of land. That is not to say that we will always be limited in such a way, but for now, the three of us are the only members of our order who are here.
So you mentioned we'd be assisting you to fill in the gaps, so to say. What would you specifically need? The muscle? The vision?
It's a bit of both, to be honest. We have...
I just want to say something so bad.
Please.
It's
That.
It's not a joke. It would just be something that would start a fight. No, go ahead.
That's what I'm prepping for.
Go ahead. No.
Muscle is going to be a key part of it because, as you've experienced with the orcs, they are not poor fighters and they have powerful allies. But there is a large dose of, or a large swath of this land which we have only seen from ship and sea, as we cannot get close to the shore with any of our seafaring vessels. The rocks and the reefs that surround this island prevent any such thing from really occurring, and those who have attempted to access land by other means typically do not return. So exploration is another aspect of it, and, well, to be quite honest, we have become somewhat concerned that it's not a... what is the word that I'm looking for? It's not all entirely... well, there may be an arcane nature to it, let's say. It is things outside of the norm.
The rumblings
that
of
we're
dark
gonna run
magic
into.
afoot. Devilry about.
Devilry.
All about.
That leads me to ask about, is the orcish slavers the only main detriment to this civilization here?
As far as direct issue goes, or direct threat goes, Nira and her grove were probably one of the single largest things that prevented Duran from growing. We didn't have access. We did not have access to the forest itself.
Line of demarcation.
Right.
Yeah. DMZ.
And what about the strange ramblings of the well?
The strange rumblings of the well.
The ramblings of the well. I kept hearing about kobolds and stuff, and I didn't know much about those things.
Where did you hear these things?
It was just hearsay from crazy, deranged, violet-eyed women that I ran into when I was rescued.
Violet-eyed.
Violet-eyed.
Well, I can assure you that, no, you refer to the well that's in Duran.
Yeah.
Then they are probably just that, the ramblings of a deranged, violet-eyed individual.
Insight check on
Go ahead.
Run it.
Yay, stuff's happening.
that. 18 plus 0, so 18 on that.
He is lying to you, and you know it.
He's knowing lying.
I mean, yeah.
So, honestly, not metagaming, Swinford also knows nothing about the well or anything, but hearing this and
Yeah,
seeing
kobolds.
somebody potentially lying, he's just kind of gonna lean in a little bit closer, eyes get slightly darker, and go, kobolds, really? Not in this area, probably. And just kind of make eye contact and just...
I want to smash something.
Kobolds are unusual around here, for certain, but not unheard of. They have been found mostly in the foothills north of Duran. We honestly...
Quite a kobold statement.
What's that?
Nothing.
I hate them. Have you ever hated someone?
What?
I want you to watch
I
it.
couldn't
Have you
understand
ever
what he
hated
said.
someone?
Have you ever hated someone?
I couldn't understand a word he said,
Exactly.
so it ruined it
It's
all.
alright. It's alright. I said that was
He said
quite a
that's quite
kobold statement.
statement.
Our friend here is getting a little twitchy.
So yes, as far as that goes, the scaly little creatures, for the most part, stay north of town. Now we have had a occasional run-in with them, but never within a day, never within more than a day of Duran itself.
Well, I appreciate you being so honest. I noticed your reaction to my friend here mentioning further rings. Is the god of the mayor's part of your crew?
The mayor's guard is another of our number, contracted to perform a different service than we.
Contracted to give wandering passerbys massive scars on their chest.
You share this off.
Yeah.
That is an impressive wound indeed.
Well, I survived combat with your comrade without drawing a single weapon.
I can assure you he did not intend to kill you if you survived it then. And
Fine.
at this point, Haran kind of looks down and chuckles and says, yes, that one scares me even.
Good to know. I like to fight people who give bites.
Come.
So when you said there was only 3 of you, you just meant doing the job that you are doing.
Oh, absolutely. I would, in complete honesty, I would never tell you how many of my order are actually within this city.
This matters not. What only matters is that we find the next thing to kill. This man offers us job to go scout or kill or whatever. Let us go and be done with all of this pandering about. Hate this. I'm so bored right now. And he says this in character. That is absolutely in character.
Well, 10 more. Okay, yeah.
If
Well,
you
I'm-
do wish... Oh,
Oh, no, I was gonna say, will I still, wish to help any way I can. It's up to how you guys want to handle it. I'm just here to help because you guys helped me. So, and I looked at them like,
I'm fine doing.
You've been
whatever
oddly
the
quiet,
goal was.
yes?
I'm just letting everything play out.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Fair enough.
simply observing.
yeah.
simply here for a
This one is quiet but very useful. She's some sort of spellcaster. Killed many orcs, and I really appreciate it. Great job. 2 thumbs up.
At this point, his eyebrows raised. What manner of spellcaster are you? Are you of a bookish nature, or is your ability more natural?
Everything that I know that I've learned through reading.
How interesting. Perhaps we can share notes if you find anything of a arcane nature in your travels then. As an added incentive for every bit of information you bring back to me, I shall share something that I know with you. Sort of a one for one, tit for tat. How does that sound?
Sounds good. I will try to keep an eye on it.
Excellent. And what do you know right now? Just anything?
I have little knowledge right now,
Truly,
but I will let you know when I find
little knowledge.
the physical knowledge. Most of the knowledge I have back at the library at my home.
Fair enough.
Unlike the rest of my party, I'm a little more, let's say, guarded, which might actually aid us in this matter. I'm not opposed to helping these.
Individual.
Yep, just these.
Smash.
No. Gorm's just like frozen. He's like in a loading screen right now while everybody else is doing stuff. He's not doing anything.
It's like shaking.
That man running around in a Assassin's Creed white screen.
Yeah.
Like, someone turn on Cerebro.
Well, fair enough then. So let's say this. Why don't we start with something relatively simple? To the north of town, there is a tor that exists, and there is some form of catacomb that exists underneath that tor. It goes back into... we honestly don't know. We've basically seen the front of it, seen the mouth of it, and been forced to retreat from it for some reason or other each time. It's about 2 days walk north of town, and it's really easy to spot because there is a simply tall stone outcropping. I mean, it's a large rock in the middle of the field, in the middle of the plains, I should say, and inside that rock there's who knows what.
Does this sound familiar to me?
Oh, it sounds absolutely familiar to you. You know exactly what he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
You'd be like, is the only reason that we're going there because of the unknown of what's in there, or is it for a reason of direct importance?
It's funny you should ask that. The last time that we sent someone that direction, only one of them happened to return, and
Probably killed by kobolds, no less.
then a second one mysteriously returned, whom was reportedly dead, with a strange glimmer in his eyes. And then we don't know.
I have been to this location that you speak. You mentioned not many kobolds in town, but that place seems to be infested with them. Why do you send yet another party when the previous have failed? Go yourselves, I imagine.
Well, yes. However, this is more of an immediate threat than the orcs that may lie in the forest or which come up and down the river
All storming farmhouses, I imagine.
on occasion. Exactly.
Hmm.
This is within close proximity to the town itself. Our first order of business here is to secure the area around the town. And then once we've done that, and we can begin to expand the walls and expand the town, then Duran itself will be in a position to grow and to expand the influence of the Empire, which is, of course, our core objective.
So I've been to this cave. This gentleman that I pointed out before, who I'd seen die twice, died in this cave. It's not as easy as they're saying, which makes me wonder why.
Please hold. Now, are you saying this loudly enough for him to...
I'm saying it not loudly, but among the table, so they can hear, but to my...
I never suggested that this was simple. If it were simple, then the town guard and the town guard could manage it. They could not. And unfortunately, Brax, Soran, and myself, we have other more pressing matters to attend to than this. Your group, interested in treasure and adventure, seems more than up to the task.
My suspicion continues. Do with it as you may.
I'm just gonna say, look, Swanford, that sounds like the tales of Violet Eyes.
She was there.
So she wasn't lying.
I believe she's the one who brought, as they mentioned, a dead friend back.
So she wasn't lying. like that's all I'm saying.
Yes,
Like,
yes, she remains. I've come across her twice. I've come across that dead man twice. And it's interesting that we're being sent back to that same place. Perhaps it's fate. I prefer to lean more on than making eye contact on the chaotic side of things. I'm not opposed. I am curious.
well, I'm very much intrigued, so we should go.
I'm also intrigued.
Sounds like we're tagging along together.
I mean, I already said let's go. So.
They don't even look at Gorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know where Gorm's...
Someone's gonna go
Gorm's
kill
mind
it.
is on ale right now, so.
Oh no, you're not getting
Excellent. Well then, he waves, and immediately
Ale
the
shows
innkeeper, Beryl, comes over and starts dropping mugs of ale on the table for you.
What time of day is it?
It is night. It's early night at this point.
So yeah, we'll leave in the morning. We'll
You
allow
got
our
it,
friend
boss.
here to get drunk
Is that acceptable?
and rest.
Get
And-
drunk and rest.
And rest, because he's gonna need to rest. So yeah, we'll head out. We'll
Okay.
head out by.
So at this point, so if you're planning to stay the night then, and this is Beryl, the innkeeper.
Yeah, we'll look. We're gonna stay until morning and then leave in the
Yeah.
morning so that we'll have. You said it's a 2 days walk.
North to the Tor, yes.
Okay.
Too bad we don't have our wagon.
Well, you know, sometimes stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll wait till morning and then start our trip during the day.
So that you say that you don't have any mode of transportation, it just so happens that there may be some horses in the stable which would be available as sort of a...
Down payment.
Sure, you can refer to it as that, sort of an upfront.
Do either of these guys have weapons on them?
Oh yeah. So
Them too?
Yeah.
so
Yes.
so
Yeah.
Horan has a long sword. He has a round
The
shield
man back
on his
made
back,
of a shield.
and then so
What is the other one?
make a perception check.
Taking your die.
It's cursed, so
20.
Nat.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's cursed. For
as
good.
you've been watching a tour over the course of all this conversation, he has a leather strap, and it has 3 books that are bound together, and it's hooked on his hip, similarly to how you've seen people wear swords. You pretty much assume that it is they're spell books. You
Well-
also see a wand that is on his opposite hip from the. It is a piece of ivory about yay long, and there is a bluish crystal in the tip of it. And across his back, it is not a full-sized. It's not like a staff. it's like a half staff, and it's covered by the cloak, the dark cloak that he wears. And those are the three things that really stand out as far as weaponry that you're looking for.
Okay, before Gorm leaves, he entreats his two new acquaintances. Before this job is done, let us see some payment up front.
Well, that is what I was getting to, Gorm. We do have horses of a decent temperament.
He sounds like an especially dangerous mission.
It is, which is why I'm offering you these horses, which will come fully saddled and prepared.
What about
provisioned.
this sword here? This sword that Haram has. Can I have this? I will give it back afterwards.
I cannot part with my sword, Gorm. You
But
must.
I will give
you
it
must
back.
understand.
Oh,
Would you
oh.
allow me to hold that fine two-handed
I
hammer?
literally
that you
pick
have?
everything up off of dead bodies.
Would you allow
I-
me to keep that two-handed hammer while you use my sword?
Well, first off, it's a maul,
It is indeed a maul.
not a hammer.
Okay.
Those are two different things. Secondly, after I'm done with it, and you don't seem to be using that right now.
Right now.
Regardless, I suppose horses make a fine upfront payment.
Yeah,
I was
horses in the back.
I was expecting more, but
Well,
for what can I say? I crave for combat.
keep in mind that the key word here is upfront, because there will be certainly more payment to come should you return and bring any sort of useful information.
Your talk bores me. Anyways, I will talk to you later. I'm going to go to sleep. It's been a long day.
TTYL.
He just gets up and walks out.
TTYL.
I've never had a player tell me to shut the fuck
You're
up in
right.
character
A
before.
barbarian be like,
That was the
"Okay,
damnedest thing."
TTYL. I'm gonna leave now. And I'm gonna love your speech.
The man of field.
I'm just... That's in character. It's in character.
He's like, okay, you are talk to.
Okay, you talk too much.
I done.
You shut up now.
I done.
I
I
go
done.
to sleep.
I done.
Collapses.
Go ahead. He's like, I done.
Oh,
I sleep
man.
now.
Okay, so with that, you all opt to rest for the evening. What is your intent here? Your plan?
Do they just suddenly leave after the conversation, or
No,
do they
they're
hang around
actually
for a bit?
they're actually hanging around, talking quietly amongst themselves. They have gotten up and moved over to a different table.
Before they move, as we're kind of getting up and starting to go on our own way, I'd like to just leave my piles, books, put it up on the table, stand up, kind of shake things off, making sure they notice my books as well, and put them in my cloak and head up, just kind of making the very obvious gesture
Of the books that you've taken from the mayors.
that I have a small collection as well. Wishing them a good night and heading off.
Excellent. Okay. So he appears to acknowledge them, but doesn't really make anything of them.
No intention behind it. Just
Okay.
gotcha.
All right. So and
Hey, Renee, you wanna come play with my
Rena,
swords?
anything?
Oh baby.
Anything?
That was so...
Nothing.
I'm gonna retreat towards
Yeah, we chilling.
to bed.
To a room as well.
Well,
I'm trying to go
I know.
to sleep.
Okay.
good night, my comrades. I will catch you in the morning.
Catch you in the
Lord
night.
Dorstoltzka.
TTYL.
And Ren.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out. Okay. Cool. So you all rest. You've already completed a short rest in your journey on the way back.
Yay.
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 Now you are fully well rested and prepared for whatever may come.
Magnificent.
All right, so you awaken the following morning, and you can smell the aroma of cooked meat, such coming from the common room where you had the longest conversation with the two dark-clad gentlemen the evening before.
Well, Gorm will make sure that all of his compatriots are up and about. Once he knows that they're up and getting ready, he's going to get provisions and set off towards where the horses are.
Okay.
In the back.
So at this point, when you come down the stairs, Beryl, the innkeeper, is standing there. He says, "So, Atur, he left instruction that you were to be given each a horse. Horses are saddled."
They got horses in the back.
My sock is attached. Really fun.
He's sick. He's like, okay. He left the horses in the back.
He didn't tell me nothing.
They're in the
Can't
stable.
nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing.
God
I
damn it.
didn't do anything.
It's just,
Can't nobody tell me.
you can stop.
Come on, Billy Ray.
Look,
Look out.
So you were all to be given a horse, and the horses are the horses are
In the back.
they're properly attired for your travels northward.
In the back. Say where they're at.
They are, you know.
Where are the horses at?
The whole
Okay.
campaign gets fast forwarded and we start on our journey.
Oh, you trying to hurry up and get the horses out the back.
I'm gonna roll an attack. I got a net.
I dodged
I
it.
hit him.
You hit him.
No, don't do it.
No, don't do it.
Oh, hey.
He's made it an
Hold
entire
on.
session
How much
without
is
going
gonna hurt?
unconscious.
Honestly, a nat 20
I'm
would
swinging
kill
with
him.
my
I'll
maul.
die. I'll die.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
No, look, I'll die.
I did
I did roll an nat 20.
Let's
I
be
just
let's
told
be
you.
hit me for
honest.
1 HP
There
and
are
I'll
more
die.
ignorant things that have happened at this
Oh,
table in the
yeah.
last 8
Then
sessions.
I wouldn't even be mad.
Gorm is like a concerned parent. He's like, get on your horse. Let's go. So much talking, not enough traveling.
All right. No, look.
All right, so you are all
We
you
know
all
where-
have horses available
In the
to you
back.
at this
Yes.
point. Should you choose to accept them, and they are absolutely saddled and bridled and ready to ride
Your mission.
northward.
Should you choose to do so?
And is there anything that you wish to do prior to leaving town?
It should be,
It's
but I
wonderful.
don't know.
There's always stuff Sanford's gonna do. No, it'll bring up conversation on the ride. We got plenty of ride ahead.
Yep. And Ren. You
Don't
ride?
Oh yeah, you know I'm playing that on the flute.
So you begin your ride
I'm
northward,
lit.
out the town gates, the cloud of dust in the
Stop.
proverbial rear
Play.
view.
Stop or I'll hit you.
Playing Fire Emblem.
And
on the flute.
so this will actually shave a substantial amount of time off of the trip. You'll end up making this journey in about a day and a half.
Woo.
Excellent.
Good.
And for the first day's journey,
Yes.
if you could make a encounter check for me, please.
Okay.
That'll
You
be
should all do it.
Just one for the
just
party.
one person. I need one for the party.
Who
You guys
who
will
believes
sure.
in-
I'll do
believe
it, I'll
in
do
your
it.
strength.
Sherry,
She
gonna roll a one.
Good. Combat, level up.
Sherry.
Nope.
gotta
So
roll
it's
2
two.
D10s.
It's two of these.
Oh,
Oh.
that's right.
It's the the
Yeah, it's a
percentile die.
So it's the out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
It's that and then
Oh,
this.
thank goodness, because that was such a low roll.
Is these two?
Well, maybe low
Put 'em in
roll
the
is
box.
nothing happens.
Oh,
20.
It is indeed 20.
I mean, we got 5 fights to do.
One fight, 20 fights.
Okay.
100%. 100 fights.
Yeah. So you begin heading northward, and it's it's kind of an overcast day. It's not too much of anything.
Bit of an Overwatch day here.
Hey,
Ah ha ha.
haha.
I rolled for
And
I rolled for whatever that shit is. Initiative, and I gotta join it. So I'm gonna leave that.
as you journey, as you journey northward, the wind kind of picks up, and the
Forgot about this bullshit ass rain. I'm sorry.
the wind kind of picks up, and you just on the horizon over the north of you, over the mountains, you see the cloud. I mean, the sky is darkening, absolutely. As one who has traveled far and wide on the plains, you recognize a storm. and you see an especially nasty one brewing above the mountains.
Would Swinford recognize this as...
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes.
You can each
I'm
make a
going-
perception.
okay.
You can all make a perception check.
That's initiative. I'm gonna roll this for that. What I got?
For the purpose of not...
That's a 19.
This.
you
Ooh,
got.
Swinford
got a
recognized
four
that
for
this
four?
was magical, not natural. I got an 18.
Wendy.
So perception would be...
Yes.
It
20.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Being here before,
Such a good color for hair, though.
20.
It
So-
is nice.
What was that? So that was a 20 on the arcane check?
What am I doing? What? Are we, oh,
It was
we
arcane,
all
or-
rolling.
No, that would have been
We're
an
rolling
arcane check,
perception.
what you just
Oh,
rolled.
Okay,
mine
so
is
that would be 18.
19
That would be
plus 5.
22.
So he's got a 24. I got a 13.
Okay.
I got
But everyone
4.
else rolled perception, if I remember.
We'll discuss yours in just a second.
Okay.
So yeah, you all are aware of the fact that there is indeed
It's about to be.
there's a storm of brewing, so to speak, and what really strikes you the most is the way that the clouds swirl, and it's not.
I hit it with my maul.
Yeah.
The clouds, the horse.
The horse dead.
The clouds.
He's so mad at the storm, he smacks the horse.
I'm trying to figure out how tall this man is.
I can't.
He just he's a stupid cloud.
You know, like, you ever watch Space Jam?
Oh my god, you said the most unrealistic. I can't.
Oh my
I can't.
I'm literally broken at this point, man.
Oh, that was a great episode, and
And on the next episode of
Dragon
Balls.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
I'm listening. I won't make any more jokes.
So
for the
you,
third time tonight.
you're all drawn into the storm. It is, it's almost mesmerizing, and it's easy to get lost in the natural power of it. Just the way that this particular storm, it swirls, and the multicolored lightnings that you're seeing in it. And at this point, you begin to realize that there's nothing really natural about that storm. And having been north of Duran before, you recall this storm, and as you progress, I mean, the same sort of intensity, the same level of as you begin getting farther and farther north, you hear the thunder, and I mean, it sounds like that same storm has never stopped.
My friends, this is not natural. My suspicions continue.
He just went Russian.
I
What
caught-
the
I caught-
actual
I
hell
caught it,
has
I caught it.
happened here?
I caught it halfway through.
He done caught the
my
mother
friend.
Russia.
I called
Look
the
how he
Russia.
said that.
I called
He
the
done caught
Russia.
the mother Russia. What
Yeah,
the
caught the
hell?
mother Russia.
The storm is magical.
Caught the mother
Mother Russia.
Caught the
Accent
mother
speak you.
Russia.
Yeah. Accent magic is tough.
Look, your is like, how the hell?
It's like it's keeping my glamour up. It's tough.
He done caught the mother Russia.
Sounds like thunder. You hear the thunder?
This is exactly as it was last time I was here. My suspicions continue. This storm is not natural in any way.
Natural or unnatural, we must make it through in order to complete our task.
Very well, just be on your guard.
Stop making fun of my accent.
I'm scared already.
But it is so easy.
I jump off my horse onto him.
I cast shield and sleep and then we leave.
You go to
Is this an actual thing that's happening right
No,
now?
it's not. It's not with that roll, it's not.
If it was higher, it would be. However.
If it was a 20, by God.
Yeah.
And we'll be out here.
So as you're riding northward, you're just entranced by it, and so much so that as the afternoon progresses and the sky begins to darken, and evening begins to sort of approach, you don't notice the three forms that rise up ahead of you out of the grass.
Phase Clan, rise up.
You better throw it up when you say it. He rolling. He's like, yeah, I'm killing him.
And with that, 3 javelins come flying
Oh,
at
son
each
of a
of you
bitch.
out of the grass. And what I need is...
I roll for initiative, but I gotta roll for dexterity.
So each of you will have to roll initiative.
That's it.
But the first thing that's going to happen is you're all subject to a attack of opportunity.
Not me.
Subject
Not
to
you,
it.
because
Can't be a surprise.
Because I got wild instincts,
Yeah.
you
motherfucker.
got wild
Um,
instincts.
Wow.
Well,
Attacks of opportunity.
And I get to
don't-
dodge with
But-
advantage.
They don't trigger bonus
No.
actions. Yeah.
As long as I can see it.
Right, you just won't be, you can't be critically hit.
No, I get to roll on advantage on a dexterity save. If
Oh,
I
it
can
won't
see
be a
it.
dexterity save.
Okay.
These are just straight up attack
They're
rolls.
saves.
Damn.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Okay, so the first one is going to be at Gorm, the strong one, and that's going to be a 23.
Oh my god.
The second one's going to be at Swinford. That is going to be
Oh my
Oh,
god,
I'm
you're dead.
that's
I'm
a
straight
natural.
dead.
That one's a natural 20.
Yep.
Then we can't get these nat ones.
And then the third one comes flying.
This is
at-
magical.
well,
I don't trust this.
at Ren, and that's a 16.
Damn. Yeah.
Do they all hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do your damage first. So these are javelins.
Wait, did you throw one at me?
Yeah, one at you
Okay.
is a 23 to hit.
Okay.
I'm presuming that hit. So you take 9 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
And
You-
this is just a regular. I think I still.
These are attacks of opportunity. Go ahead and pull up the information on it, and we'll see. I'm gonna roll Ren's damage next.
Well,
That's gonna be 7 points of damage on
How
you.
the
I
hell
rolled
he
like shit
get
on yours.
Thank
You got
goodness.
lucky. And then
Pinned to my
Gorm, the
horse.
strong one.
this is the most bullshit.
Sherry riding up in the back, dodging these javelins.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about 3E.
Well, you take 4 points of damage.
No,
So
no.
9, 7, 4. And with that, go ahead and roll initiative.
I left that. I thought we were rolling for initiative earlier than this, so I did roll my 20. So I'm leaving it.
Yeah, so that's it.
Oh no, I've been grazed by the enemy.
I've literally been impaled. Oh,
Why are you both so useless?
the word is squishy. We are squishy.
I don't even know what your name is.
Yeah, you won't.
Not much time, because one of us don't like socializing. One just goes to bed and drinks in bed.
That's kind of true. And we chilled together. And
We could
kicked
have had
it.
a wonderful
He
night,
said,
you know,
"This one
played
here."
played some cards and checkers.
He literally went Thor on me. He was telling a story, slapped me in the face.
All right, so let me get these guys.
Marvel
Now, is this-
Avengers.
I grabbed that because that was the stupid thing that Violet.
You
Got
know who I
it.
am? I'm Rocket Raccoon.
So
And he's Thor.
these 3 creatures,
He's like, in here, this rabbit.
and then I'm actually ashamed of this one because it is not painted.
It's an albino. It's fine.
But it is not painted.
Right.
All right, give me
They're
those.
Hold on.
incredibly
I've got
rare.
an even
Tell 'em
cheaper
who
one
I'm
if you want to
in.
use that.
Here's a whole collection of albinos.
Rubber band man.
You're dead. Oh,
I'm dead already?
Wow, Taliban.
Are you? Wait, you down? Is she down?
No, she didn't get hit.
How did you die? Oh no.
She tried to heal herself.
She's not.
Oh,
Medicine.
Shane? Okay, I rolled for 17 on Shane.
Okay. Where is your character at?
I get, oh.
Oh, there it is.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Roll on.
what you want to do that against? No, you can't roll
Hit.
twice.
All right.
17
Cool.
hit, no.
So give me initiative rolls,
20.
please.
Oh,
I got 18.
20.
Oh, are
Do
we
I also
mounted
have to
for
I
this
rolled a
one?
20. And
All right,
that's
so you're
20
currently
plus 4.
mounted.
I think
Good.
that's
And you have taken
I
hits,
didn't
Good for you.
but you're mounted.
Oh.
It is great for you.
Yes.
I rolled a nat 20 plus 4, so I'm at 41.
Let us wade
No.
into the tide of blood.
Double the nat 20.
If you make the
Add
tide, I will
+4.
follow.
So that's ran at 1. All right. What was-
9.
5. Okay.
2 million.
What was yours again? What was Gorm's
I'm getting the hell
initiative?
I got 18.
18.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so it is Ren's turn first. So what is your you said you're up first. So the way this played out, they waited for you to get right in range of their javelins, then they jumped up and they let fly with them.
Fantastic.
And
I just looked at my inventory and I realized I had javelins the other day, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
No.
okay, stab him.
No.
Okay,
Go
well,
hit him
just
with
let him kill me.
I'm gonna hit him with a baseball bat.
Wow.
Who is this?
But dude,
No.
That would be Nella.
I'm finna run.
Wow.
okay, guys. So Ren's up first.
I'm at mom.
Ren's up first.
I forfeit. No, I'm just...
Be about right.
Oh my God, help me!
Yeah, you press the run button that says
Yeah,
cannot escape.
Real, I press circle and then
Cannot escape.
yo, I don't know what the fuck I need to do, but I am scared. I know. Yo, time out. This shit ain't it. I need. Oh shit! I ain't got nothing for an ass woman. Wait, are they that close to me?
Huh?
20.
20 feet.
I know where they at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see them.
No, you can see them.
I felt it too.
They jumped up out of the tall grass and they let
It
fly.
was like
With steel and rage, dog brothers
They were
and sword
coming-
sisters.
they were coming in mud straw hats and camouflage.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Oh no, if they're doing the
Okay.
stuff
Like,
that Asian
God
hands.
damn it, Violet.
Oh no.
I really don't know what to do. I'm scared as hell.
You're like, I'll just go take care of
He
him
says
real
this in
fast.
person.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I'm scared as fuck. We gonna throw on. I'm just gonna take both of my turns to cast Shield of Faith and Heroism. So heroism is for action and Shield of
Heroism is a level 1 spell.
Faith. Mhm.
Okay, so you can't cast Shield of Faith.
Why? It's a bonus action and it's my what's my
Right, you can't cast 2 spells on the same turn.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Even if one's a bonus?
Unless it says you can, which is
If your action is a cantrip
Ah,
and then your bonus action, then you can.
got you. Well, I won't be doing them both. Let me do. My ass is what? Let me do. That ain't gonna help me live no longer. Yeah, I'm gonna do Shield of Faith, and I'm gonna back up.
You're backing up?
Oh, I'm backing up. Matter of fact, because you can't do. Because it's bonus. Yeah, I'm backing up. Fuck this.
So you Shield of Faith yourself, so
And
plus
back
2
up.
AC.
Yeah,
So
and I'm backing up.
15, 20.
Hold on, wait. I was here.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go this way.
5,
And then boom,
10,
boom,
15,
boom,
20,
boom.
25.
No, I don't need to run.
You're
my
on
no,
eyes.
you first.
You're on a horse.
You're on a
right now.
horse. I mean, you just stopped and
We're
wheeled
all
your
on a
horse.
horse.
Y'all are all on
You
horseback.
have 60 move speed.
Damn, I could go all the way home.
Yeah.
Wheel around and just run.
Oh, wow, that's cool. How you take a javelin to the neck
We
and
could just
leave?
ride past them.
I don't know, right? I'm backing up, but I go here. And,
So you pull up hard
I'm
on
like,
the horse and wheel
the
around.
javelin hit me in the shoulder, and it turned me around with it.
Okay.
And I'm like, hold on, let me go back to the crib.
All right, you do that.
So I circle around trying to look around. Souls are dead. Ain't nobody got hit. Spare the dying. Can I touch myself and make sure I don't die? No, I'm playing around. Vicious mockery, I guess. I'm gonna just be like, "This some bullshit."
Do it. To which one?
I don't even care, man. I'm scared. I can. So when I saw them, can I roll for perception for what I saw when they jumped up out of this nastiness?
So that was a surprise.
We have no
So you've. I mean, you can. It'll be your action for this.
That'll
turn.
be the action.
That'll be your action for the turn.
Well, then I won't, and I'll just kind of blindly just yell towards this direction.
Pick one. I mean, you will have seen them. What are you trying to perceive?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna just
Okay.
yell.
Okay.
I guess I'll choose this one because I don't know.
Okay.
And then I'll vicious mockery.
This one is the one that would have hit you with a javelin.
Oh,
And
that's
you would,
the one I need to be yelling.
You would have seen it clearly come flying towards you.
So yeah, that's the one. I was like, "This is bullshit, you little bitch." So I yelled that out while I ran away
Okay.
like a hoe.
Okay.
Make sure that the
All right.
action was hoish.
So that's a wisdom saving
Is that
throw.
a, is that
Yeah,
a
it's wisdom
language?
save.
Or
It's the hoish.
Bugbears.
It's a nature. It's hoish in nature. It's
All
not
right,
in language.
that's a 5. So
Oh, yeah,
he
he ain't-
fails. So go ahead and roll your D4 for damage.
He is. He know he a bitch. No, chicken. What is that? 2.
So 2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, spells.
Woo! It wasn't a spell.
Okay,
I just
and
yelled.
on his
That's
next
literally me-
on
that's
his
literally me
next
just yelling.
next attack, he has
Um,
disadvantage, right? Yes. That's how
Yes.
vicious mockery works.
yes.
Okay. Cool. So, into your turn goes to Gorm the Strong One.
Gorm, his eyes take on an aspect of ferocity as his horse braces underneath his girdle, and he runs at the nearest bugbear with his giant maul and...
Alright, make that attack.
You like, what is that made of?
Going straight at that
He
one.
said, damn.
Okay.
He was like, hey.
this is a... What am I doing?
Mounted attack.
Yes, it's a mounted attack, and it's going to be reckless and savage.
Okay.
Let go.
Are you raging?
Yes, I said I started rage.
That's
And I
right.
apologize. I can do a bonus action on a cantrip.
22.
That's all I wanted to know. Okay.
22.
Yeah.
22 absolutely hits.
Well, it's a 17. I don't know if there's Maul does more than that.
Your natural 17 hits.
Yay!
Cursed master.
You will, with
Okay.
your maul,
Which is 2d6 plus 3 plus 2, which is
Awesome. You
2d6
hit for
plus
50
5.
damage.
2d6 plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay. good.
Oh, and I get to re-roll
5d6.
damage and pick whichever is the bigger damage.
5d6.
So there's
That don't even
10 plus 5, that's 15, and I'm going to re-roll just to see if I can get more than that. No.
Nope.
Alright, so 15 damage.
Okay.
10 plus 5.
Alright, cool. So, as your maul makes contact,
His neck cracks.
that was 15. Okay.
Yeah, 15 damage.
So,
And you're on the horse?
Yeah.
Oh, he is hurt.
okay. So,
You got the horn.
as your maul makes contact, it's that satisfying crunch that a weapon makes anytime that it crushes flesh and bone. But also, as it makes contact, you see the best way you can describe it is it seems like a surge of electricity that sort of pulses through the weapon itself.
Okay.
And
Oh, does it
seems-
shock me?
it actually appears to shock your target,
Okay.
and it leaves kind of a singed hair smell in the
Okay.
air.
Oh, I hate Thunder Element.
And that's the end of your turn. Now, are you gonna?
Please be magical.
Or do
No,
you just
not
ride up to him, hit him, and then stop? Or are you gonna keep riding?
We'll just say it was a drive-by.
Yeah, just
Fair enough.
golf swing.
So,
I'm gonna move about right here.
okay,
Thank you.
cool.
I see what you're doing.
So now I will say, in doing so, you will incur one attack of opportunity from that one.
Oh, well then I'll just move to the other side of him instead.
Instead of out.
Okay, so you just kind of loop around. Cool,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So now one of my tanky teammates can come up and get advantage.
Working on it.
Let's see.
Somebody can do-
Sorcerer.
Here,
Little bit. We'll figure out who that tank is soon.
B minor.
B Maul. That's classic. Now you can't. Wow.
I broke that one out.
a
That was
long
crazy.
time ago.
Anyway, so at this point, the the creatures rather,
Got him.
begin to return attack. Damn it. So, fucking hell.
Who is that Pokemon?
Come,
So, this
Shadow
one right
for the
here-
slaughter.
This one right here, let's fly with another javelin because his first one did quite well, and this one, that's going to be a 23 to hit,
Oh, fix it.
and that's going to be 5 more points of damage.
All right.
Unfortunately, I don't speak whatever bugbears speak, so you guys,
This
I
one's-
can't say anything really clever.
Was it the albino that hit me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is definitely the albino that hit you.
I'm now
The
racist.
other one that
Zanya.
the one that you have engaged in combat turns around. It grabs a morning star off of its hip and just in one fluid motion takes a big swing at you with it. And that's gonna be a 13 to hit.
He misses.
Misses. And then the last one, let's see. He has a decision to make.
Yes, go for the squishy ones.
So he's actually going to throw a javelin at the one up front as well, because he's seen 2 of them land at this point.
Yeah.
And
Thank God for running to the back like a
that's going to be a 14 to hit.
I will have to shield that.
So shield goes up. Okay, so Right before it makes contact, shield goes up, the javelin deflects off of it and goes flying off. All right, and that is the end of their turn.
Alama sizzle.
It is now Rena's turn.
So
Little wizard,
have we
you
decided
feel it.
if we're like fighting? I guess we are fighting these people, right?
This would be considered fighting, yeah.
Okay.
It's not a not a diplomatic
'Cause
conversation.
he's over here and he went all the way back
Take a
there.
boss.
He turned around and ran away.
His,
Yeah.
his,
Oh, yeah.
his
Exactly.
class is coward. We should know this by now.
Yeah.
So,
A little bit.
I'm
Not
gonna
big
cast sleep on this one.
so you can.
So-
I can't metagame.
So what?
With sleep,
I can't metagame. Yeah.
you'll want to look at the description on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it
Sleep
wrong?
is an area of
It's a-
effect. You
it's
get all
big.
of them.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, never mind.
Well, I mean,
Because you'll also hit Gorm there.
I know.
Unless.
Now you can aim it in a specific way,
probably do that.
and it looks like it's going to be a.
It's fine if you put me to
90-foot
sleep, it's fine.
range. It's a 20-foot radius.
Put me to sleep. It's fine.
Oh no.
Here, do it.
Yeah.
Do
You're
it.
hitting him.
Hell yeah.
Do it. Do
Oh
it.
no.
Do it. Please.
I cannot.
Yes, please. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, you can't. But
Why?
no, he can't
I,
metagame.
I can't metagame.
You gotta figure out what you want to do and do it.
Do what you want to do.
It's your decision.
But if that was your instinct, I'd go
I
with
feel
it.
like I'm about to just kill them all by myself, regardless. But I mean,
Amen.
if you guys-
I'm very
if you guys-
capable. I rolled a 5.
If you guys just want to keep slinging spells over there while I'm beating
My
their heads
spells
in.
are good.
He's like, I got rain in my eye, I swear to God.
You guys are
Shit.
slinging spells, and I'm just
I
going
didn't
like,
sling a spell. All I can do is yell.
I'm basically a ranger. I just can't do nothing.
just-
Okay, fine. I'll cast sleep right here.
Right there?
Wait. No, because then it won't even. It'll only hit this guy.
That's all I'm gonna yell. Get his ass going.
So,
That's my
5, 10,
signature
15,
move.
20.
Get his ass
That'll hit
going.
that one.
Supportive mockery.
Because it goes in a circle, right?
Get
5,
his
10,
ass
15,
going.
20.
That's it. I literally, that's it.
Can I cast? Yeah, can I cast it right there? And it'll
You could probably
sleep
get
these
2 of them.
If you hit it right here,
yeah, the Final Fantasy Tactics method.
if you hit it right here, you'll hit both of them.
But I won't hit Gorn, right?
You won't hit Gorm.
Okay, I'll cast it right there.
It'll hit those two.
Go
Yep.
ahead.
Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so what you'll do is throw 5d8 and
Wait,
tally
what?
those up.
Like
Yep.
Damn, which one's
A
this
D8 5 times?
Yep,
Yeah, I got some D8s.
that's a
But not
12.
that's just.
I know you blind, but damn.
I had to remember which one was which. Stop. Anybody got some D8s? D8.
Can you hand me that dice you just gave you? That one.
6, 12, 16. 2 more.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a 9.
What?
Where's the line?
Not on a
No.
D8. There's
There you
not
go.
a 9.
There you go.
Ah
What are you talking
I
about?
said, no, there's a 9 out here. But it's a D8. It's 9.
12, 18, 19, 21, 2, 26 total. So 26 hit points.
Look,
And-
everyone participated.
God damn it.
Where's my
Okay.
pink one?
So
No,
this one,
not that
Oh,
one. That's
yeah.
pink and black.
let's see, this guy right here dozes off in a magical slumber.
Whether by coma or by sleep gas.
Yeah, we just sleep gas everybody. That's what we
He got
do.
hit in the head
Go
pretty
for
hard. I
sleep.
mean,
I
got hit.
pretty susceptible to sleep.
Look, how you
This one, however,
Boom. Oh my
unfortunately, sort of shakes it off,
Yeah,
and it is not impacted.
He's
by
like
it.
running at
aim
me.
for the Nazi.
He's like, get ready to swing at me.
And that is the end of it. Do you
Yeah,
wish to
yeah.
move?
And then you just hit the
You
other.
good from there?
Yeah.
I just imagine what that looked like. You run by, you hit him, boop, you go past him, and then he looks at you like.
Okay,
I
15.
mean, I got a 25. Was that wrong?
Imagine
5,
it
10,
was like a
15,
really
20,
like,
25.
You were here,
like a
correct?
really
Yeah.
jank
So
anime.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, okay.
That would be hilarious.
Is that where you're going to?
Like his head.
You good there?
Crunch, like,
All right, cool. So that is the end of your turn, and it is now Swinford's turn, who looks like a friggin' porcupine at this
Yeah.
point.
Yep. So feeling the pain, he's gonna go ahead and let's see here.
What you got? Heal me in the name of Jesus.
Taking a piece of kind of cured leather and just throwing it on his shoulder, and then it goes and he goes ahead and casts mage armor. And while doing so, and I believe I can do this, I will spend 2 sorcerer points to quicken my following spell, which allows me to cast another.
Cast a second spell.
Cast a second spell.
Yep.
And I will go ahead and do my classic magic missiles
Okay.
at first level. But.
So first things first. Mage armor. D20.
Yes.
What the hell?
That's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah,
Okay. Go
it's a
ahead
10.
with your magic missiles.
Okay.
At first level.
At first level, set
3d4. Yep.
Is there some way for Chaos Magic to just make him explode?
Yes,
Yes,
cast
actually.
fireball on
Oh, yeah,
myself.
no,
That's
yeah.
exactly what
Hell
just would have
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
He would have literally died.
So 2,
And killed you and you.
Yeah, because it blows up.
3,
Yeah.
Let's stop.
3.
And they're all going at which target?
So 2, 3, 3.
Okay. So
Okay, yeah.
that's 2
So
plus
5 and
1,
3.
so that's 3.
Yep.
And then 1 plus 1, so 5 total over there.
Yep.
And then 3 plus 1, 4 over here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that was weak,
So
but I got myself on.
you know the magical darts come out of your hand and they go arcing around.
Yeah.
And
You gotta make all the noises.
Specifically not
Star
shooting the
Wars.
sleeping dog.
Oh yeah, what is that? What are they called though?
Which one? Oh,
What, the TIE fighters?
No.
I know.
That's
what
an
you're
arm.
talking
Yeah.
about.
I got it.
That comes out of the thing that he got, man.
the thing that comes out of the thing
Yeah.
on his thing.
The Mandalorian, like he gets
Mandals.
the singing like
Oh, the
songbirds.
birds or
something.
whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Chidori, is that what I'm hearing right here? 2,000 tweeting stupid birds? Yeah. I knew that. I knew that. At least
know.
know.
Look to actually run at somebody full speed with your hand on it. Electrified.
All right. So
Okay, so
the
iron
magical
armor.
darts hit each of those. I need you to throw a d20 again.
Yep.
I said.
That is a 3.
3. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So once again, you are able to maintain your control over the unpredictability that is your wild magic.
Yep.
I think I get
And
20 or 1.
with that, that is the end of Swinford's turn. It's back to the top with Ren. What would you like to do?
Man, I'm out here living my life like it's. Anyway, so we gonna
You
totally. I'm done talking shit. No, am I? Hold on, let me yell at something.
bitch!
Get him going. How does all you do? Get him going. I ain't doing shit.
I'm watching. Watch you get your ass kicked.
He's like, hold on, let me pull out my flute. I'm a
Jethro Tull over here. Okay.
Yeah, let me
Do it.
tell the dad on this.
Toll the dead.
Yeah.
All right. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
DC 13.
No, it's actually 12.
Is it a 12?
Yeah, because my saving is 12.
Okay. Well, he saves then. Unfortunately,
Lord.
just straight shakes it off and kind of
what the
glances
hell is
up at you, and he focuses in. At this point, it looks like he's decided he has a new target.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Good.
'Cause I'm about to beat him in the back of his head.
He's like, hold on. Get him going.
Anything else?
Am I doing? Is that it?
That's a cantrip.
Yeah, I'm finna run. No, I'm checking like he's like, okay, that didn't work. I'm gonna leave. Nah, I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna let him javelin me in the neck once.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, end of Ren's turn to Gorm the Stronk One.
He wheels about his horse and rides true to smack this motherfucker upside the head with his maul.
Hit it.
And this is another savage and reckless attack.
He out here really swinging on people, bro. He just run up behind you with a mace. With a
Nat
maul.
20.
Oh!
Fuck.
Hey, bye. You wish you
He's
dodged
like-
the
he's
magic
like-
missiles.
He's like looking at him right now. He's,
right.
like, he's looking at you. He's like, I'm gonna get you. And then as soon as he,
Like, Gorm's like,
Hello.
what? Are you two-handing that thing?
Oh, it's a two-handed
So
hammer.
he just
He ain't swinging that with
he's
one
just
hand.
coming like,
I
Yeah.
told you when I was running by, I was guiding the horse with my crotch.
He's straight playing polo at this point, okay?
So that is when it's
Different game.
when it's a critical.
Double the dice.
Double the dice. Okay.
Oh.
so
Yeah, if you just want to roll all the dice,
and then just
or you can just roll.
I'll
the
just roll the
damage and
first
double.
one and then see what the next one is because I did a reckless attack. So there's
Oh my god.
9,
That's your attack.
12,
His beak's
18
thrown,
plus
man.
5, so that's 23,
23.
and then I'll roll another 4 to see if I can get more than that.
What is this?
Hurt him!
This
Hurt him!
man literally roll for dead.
10,
Hurt him good.
11,
Man,
13.
That man
Okay, so
really should
23
just flip
damage.
a coin. I mean, is he dead or is he not dead?
Okay, so once again, you come riding over and you make just solid impact with this
Yep.
massive two-handed hammer that you have appropriated from the
He's a
orcs.
barbarian.
And once again, upon impact, the lightning effect sort of surges out of the head of this hammer and into the creature. And this time, as you make contact with its shoulder, it's basically its left shoulder displaces its right
Oh my
shoulder.
God.
I mean, you just
He's
go
a
straight through it, and that thing
That
is
man,
down.
He's like shimmy.
She got.
He had him Harlem shaking. Ow! Like, I saw that Gorm, I saw it.
And the
Oh my
first of these creatures
God.
falls
You
to
see how I
the
was
mighty
worried?
mighty Gorm the Strong.
See how I wasn't worried though.
Is that redundant? Mighty Gorm the
Yes.
Strong. Fuck it.
The mighty strong Gorm.
Gorm the strong Gorm the Strong one.
You can put that in there a couple. Anyways, that
So,
that
at the end of your turn?
can I move again afterwards?
Absolutely.
Since
Yeah,
I'm
you've
on a
only
horse?
you've only used 15 movement, so you've still
Yeah.
got another 45.
So
Damn. You see red, don't you?
right there, right in front of him.
Cool. So you come riding over to this one, and he just watched you annihilate his compatriot. And
He said,
he's
I
down
will.
for the struggle. So he sees you coming, he turns, he plants his feet, and as you ride up, he takes a mighty swing with his Morning Star.
Okay.
And that's an 11.
Oh.
Dog shit.
Foolish bugbear. Your
So-
life is forfeit.
So with that, it is the other one's still asleep, and it is
Tell
now
somebody that.
Rena's turn.
You be like, you're dead now.
Okay.
Give him the tickler.
Oh, tickle them things.
All joking aside,
Hey, bro, she really just be getting them.
I can't with you.
He swings his lance. He's like, you're dead now. He gets his balls tickled. He's like, what the hell is going
And then you
on?
do this moniker. You like that?
Go ahead.
You're like, how you balls?
What's your?
I actually am.
I'm sorry with so much
I'm sorry, that's what
foolishness,
you use it?
but
I
damn.
am going
Yeah, that's it.
to.
That's just such a move. Fuck. Like, he's asleep. Alright, I'm taking your balls.
This is D&D. Yep. This is how it goes.
I'm gonna chill
You'll
touch.
touch him. Yeah.
Which one?
You know which one.
That one? The one?
So Sherry, in D&D Beyond, you can rename spells. If you want to rename it to Chilling Diddle, it's fine.
Chilling Diddle. Oh my god.
Okay, is that an attack roll?
Chill Diddles?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll your d20.
20. Game ain't bad. Plus your
13, and then
Plus-
your
What?
that should be
hit,
plus 5.
Spells. His spells.
Yours should be a plus 5.
4.
Is it plus 4?
17.
Okay, well, 17 still hits.
Lit.
I'm dying over here.
Chilling Diddles.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage.
Make sure that's off camera.
2.
And this is chill touch, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I think that's only the slow effect on undead. Right. Okay, cool. So 2 points of damage. So you sort of see the necrotic chill, and you see it sort of shiver, and you can't really tell if it's because of the necrotic touch or because of the personification of death that is bearing down upon him.
He's not
Okay.
even. He's not even
I'm
trying to
done.
attack him fast. He just lifted it up like, don't even run.
You guys
That's
ever
the end
seen
of your
the Frank
Yes.
Frazetta painting, The Death Dealer?
No. on.
Is that?
And it is Swinford's turn.
All right. This is the dead one. That's the sleep one, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Dead is face down.
and
sleeping is
casually
back.
5 to 50.
That's exactly it.
This is what's
30,
happening right now.
35, 40, 45, 50.
That man
Yeah,
literally-
basically.
That man literally said,
Did you just
"I'm
dash?"
10 now.
No, 50 horse.
Oh, horse. I'm
Horse,
sorry.
horse 60, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of chill there next to that dead one, making sure he's dead, and then fire a firebolt at our albino friend right there.
All right.
That's +5 to hit. That's 16.
16 hits.
16, so that's a simple 1d10. 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah, flat 1d10. So that's 7. 7
All
little
right.
fiery.
So your little flaming dart, it kind of just barely misses Gorm,
Yep.
but it is just where you need it to be, and leaves a hefty or a rather strong scorch mark on this one. He's looking pretty beat up. And is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
It is back to Ren now.
You finna look real beat up. Oh, you know what I'm finna do?
Wait.
I'm finna talk my shit.
Cheerleader class.
Literally gonna say, get him going.
Get him, Gorm.
Get him going.
Rick him, Rick him, Rick him, Rick him.
Is this a
It's just mockery. Ain't nothing else.
Go on,
That's
go
a
on,
natural
you can
one.
do it.
Damn, he
I'm rolling like hell.
You're rolling like hell.
I'm rolling like I'm rolling like shit.
chill.
dog.
6 hit points.
He got his diddles chill. He got hit with a fireball. Going around up and saying you.
I
a bitch.
literally had to armor up because surprise attack.
Get him going. And he pissed himself.
Go ahead and roll your d4 for damage.
Oh my god, this the only way this can be better if this is a 4. It's a 1, but it don't matter. That man pissed himself.
All right, so you
I'm ready.
viciously mock this poor thing whose doom is imminent at this point.
That man said,
Everyone is all but certain, and he definitely doesn't look like he's quite as down for this struggle as he was a moment ago.
Down for the struggle. That man's gonna wake up to a murder team.
I am the breaker of wills.
It is-
You will give me your life.
Oh my god.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. I said it's Gorm's turn.
Oh, this
Reckless and savage attack. Gorm lifts up his massive hammer and says, I am the breaker of wills and you will give me your life.
As he rehearsed many times before.
Aim
In the mirror.
In the mirror. Gorm is strong.
Aimed at the
Gorm is
20.
20
to hit.
20 obviously
Well,
hits
yeah.
at this point.
The
No, 20 hits.
trapezius.
The trapezius.
Did you get another crit?
No.
No, I didn't get another.
He
I
got
rolled a 15,
It was-
so I got plus
He was
5.
in a trapezius.
Okay, so here's 2.
Hit him in the
Hit him in the
trapezius.
trapezius.
8 plus 5 is 13, but here, let's see what this is. 12 plus 5 is 17.
17.
So once again, you strike him with the mighty two-handed maul, and the electrical effect blasts forth from it, and it seems to be just what you needed to finish the deal. And this one joins his comrades
We don't love this.
in death.
As all will
That
before
center
the
one is still
hand of
sleeping.
And at
Gorm.
this point, the center one is still asleep for only the third turn.
Oh,
We can just leave him.
We got a
Fucking
whole
go
week.
bro.
We got a whole.
Why don't we tie this one up and forget him?
And
You guys
forget.
need anything to drink or eat?
Can I get a chocobo?
Anybody in the audience want something to eat or drink at Access Replay?
Can I have a piranha
What's it
plant?
called?
Whatever that other
Chocobo,
thing is,
bro.
the vodka one, the chocolate.
That's the
The
chocobo.
chocobo.
Bring something with vodka.
One chocobo, one piranha plant.
I don't think he'd give a shit.
I think he just came in here to make fun of us.
That's your idea.
You passed the test.
Oh yeah, sure.
The director wanted a piranha plant as well.
Yes, see your idea as well.
You out?
Here. Note by the strong.
It's not
features
him,
that
dude.
that's me.
It's not him.
Oh yeah. This was before I had a beard.
He said it's not him.
Actually,
Before you were Give it to me.
Let me see
This was before I had a beard.
That's
that's fair. Yeah.
that's actually.
That's insane. So with that,
Can I help you?
That is the death groan of this dude right here.
Yeah, that's
After
what
having-
That's what it sounded like.
After having his
what-
As
Oh,
Gorm the
that's
strong
what-
one drives his hammer down through
Right
this
after
one,
you get your dinner
it makes
together,
that sound.
Oh, I got a drink for somebody because I drunk it. I don't want it.
Please.
Okay, so I'll bring it to you.
Thank you.
So, unless anyone else makes a move, Gorm, just he's gonna finish off this other dude.
It's that bugbear's turn. It
Yeah.
is Rena's turn at this point. Now it is prone.
It's prone.
It's still asleep
It is
though.
three
so-
goes
It is-
We can
it
do
is
whatever we want.
snoozing.
We can surround
It is very
him.
asleep right now.
We can
It is
start
very
talking
sleepy.
to him.
Do you want
We can
to?
slowly
We can
cut
do
off
whatever
feet.
we want.
No,
Slowly cut off feet.
Man, this
That's
guy has a-
actually insane.
this guy hasn't. Hey, if I could cut it off in the mall,
With a maul?
yeah.
Well, you do
It's
slow.
solid.
Can I hit him with my daggers?
That's like trying to
You
cut
absolutely
something
can
off
hit it
a
with a
table.
dagger.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm
I
gonna
have
use
2
this table to
daggers.
cut your foot off.
2 daggers?
I believe, yeah.
Simple
You
weapon.
sleep usually.
I
No,
only just-
wait.
I only do stuff to
Maybe I
that
only-
like
She
that to
should
people personally
have
affront me. Okay.
2 weapon fighting.
2 weapon fighting is
But
kind of
no
a
This
bonuses.
dude's literally asleep.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
he's
a dagger and a short sword.
Are you sure you
So-
want to be the one to engage while he's?
Yeah. He can wake up, right?
Yeah, he's
does.
gonna wake up if she hits him.
Yeah, when she hits him, he'll wake
and
up.
I'm just gonna come over and go like,
Yeah, that's fine.
She's gonna be like, beep beep.
Hit
You're
it.
like, ow.
Okay, well, actually,
Actually.
Uh-oh.
actually,
Actually.
Pick on him.
actually,
Okay.
Actually.
actually,
yes,
Actually.
I'm gonna
Actually.
use sword burst. on
destroy
it.
him.
Sword burst on
Yeah.
him. Okay.
She just want to do some
What's the
fancy
range?
shit.
Give me,
Yeah.
tell me
She's
what
like-
sword burst is.
Sword burst. You create a momentary circle of spectral blades that swoop around you. Each creature within range, other than you, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage.
She wanted to
1d6.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it?
If the
What's the range on that?
Yeah.
It's not
5.
5
Oh,
feet.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just on the everything around her, so she's just gonna snap and
Okay.
eat this chicken.
And
can't
there's
dodge it.
it's just a saving throw.
It's the same though. He can't. it's
Yeah.
dex
Okay.
saving throw,
Auto
too.
fail on dexterity
Auto
saving
fail,
throw.
so you might as well
All
just
attacks
run
that
it.
hit the unconscious creature from within 5 feet will be a critical
Critical.
hit.
So, twice.
Or 1d6 and it doubles.
So he's automatically failed. So throw 2d6.
2d6.
Yep. Or
Look at
1d6
you,
twice.
robbing me.
Same thing.
Somebody's got to use those damage dice.
3.
Damn.
So 6 damage.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my bonus action
Oh.
to hit him with my short sword and dagger.
That's not it.
So you
Can I
when
not
you
do
use
that?
the spells when you use the spell
It's a cantrip.
right, it's a cantrip, and you could use a spell that has a bonus action as its use as its
Yeah.
action cost. Yeah.
But I can't use the cantrip and then do it, but
No, you can't use a cantrip and then melee attack because a melee attack is basically
It's an
your
extra
action.
attack. Yeah, that would be like some other stuff.
So you've already used your action on sword burst.
Yeah, it's over with.
okay.
3.
Sword burst is a cantrip?
Yeah.
It is.
You can use your sword.
You can just be like,
The 1d6 is what matters. It's not
Okay.
that strong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're surrounded as a mage, it's helpful.
hell yeah. Especially once you hit level 5.
I prefer my shiny mage armor though. But, you
Yep.
know,
Everybody feels
Say anything else?
No.
as opposed to your,
All out?
your real,
Okay, cool.
real armor.
He's awake now, but still prone. So no longer unconscious, but prone. It is now Swinford's turn.
Swinford, save me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
That was 3 points of damage. It's cool.
Was it not doubled?
6.
Because it was critical?
Well, it was 2.
You threw the it's either 1d6 or
Oh,
the
yeah.
critical
Ah.
aspect of it
fucking
was
up.
2d6.
Just live your
Wow.
life, bro.
Nella.
Alright,
Ruined my
firebolt on that dude right there.
Firebolt on him? Okay, he is prone, so you will roll at disadvantage.
Well, I mean, firebolt.
What's that?
That would have been a nat 20. But,
But it's disadvantage, so you lose anyway.
13.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, so I rolled
The
twice.
first one was
The first was a 20.
First
The
Oh, was it
second
nat?
roll-
Oh, really? Nat 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a nat 20. And
13.
Then, so
Should've rolled
13.
2
18.
18. Yeah, that's all you had to do was roll 2
Okay,
nats.
yeah, that
What
hits.
the fuck wrong with you?
So that's what,
1d8.
my
You
Is
said
it 8 or
somebody
10?
like that.
It is 1d10 blind. No, that's 10. Yeah.
Yep.
Which one of
That's
these
an
is
8.
a die?
That's an 8?
That's an
oh
8.
my god, I can't think anything right now. What?
Oh my god, I can't focus. That's a
20.
12. It's that
Which
one.
one of these is a dice? This one?
No,
Like,
that's the one.
This is a dice now, right?
That's a 5.
5 damage.
5 little spicy.
Which one of these is a
I
dice?
spade sriracha. There you go. That's a little
That
spicy.
man threw some sriracha on
Yeah,
him.
He's throwing shit at me over
That's
here.
it. That's it. It's just a little spicy.
Well, you know, I
Just
throw some
slightly
sriracha on him.
spicy.
I would like to cast
Okay.
slightly spicy, please.
So this guy appears to be hanging on by a thread, but hanging on nonetheless
Yeah,
as the firebolt strikes him and once again leaves a burn mark on his already singed fur. And
Yeah.
it goes to Ren now.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's
you
too
know what
easy.
I'm finna do.
There you go. Killing blow.
bitch!
Killing blow from over here by shouting at.
I really like this. I really like that all I do is talk
gonna
shit.
shame you to
And
death.
people be at disadvantage.
How you gonna fall asleep in the middle of a fight?
But
She'll be like, hey man, you just woke up from your nap. We killed your bitches.
You okay, dog?
Yeah, right. You okay, dog? Yeah, it don't matter what I say. It's all funny. Roll for it.
Fucking
He done
hell.
rolled a
That's an
200.
8.
Oh,
No.
he is. Oh, he is.
Throw that D4.
disadvantage.
If you throw a 1, I'm gonna laugh.
It don't matter. It's disadvantage. It's an advantage to me. A 3.
Well,
oh, please.
with that,
If he dies to me,
From
Ren,
talking shit.
Ren rides up.
that nigga have a heart attack. he's like trying to decide whether or not he wants to keep fighting. And he's just like, I can't believe this Kevin Hart motherfucker came out and started making fun of me. That man took a dagger and just slit his own throat. I can't breathe.
Everything.
You shouldn't be able to kill me with this.
With that. Oh, fuck me.
Is that really the only damaging thing you
That's
have? Is
all
vicious mockery?
It's not, but it's
Where the
so
others
funny.
have been just summarily decimated by the might and the power of Gorm's hammer. This one has died a death of 1,000 cuts, most of them insults slung by the bard. The most vicious one being the last one, which drives him right over the edge and he dies of literal shame.
When that's
And the last of the creatures has been slain.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
great. If that ain't how you end a fight, you ain't in
I
the
take
fight
no
yet.
joy from this battle. There will be no trophies to be had here.
He said, "This is it." He said, "I can't even take."
Master
nothing
has
from
left
them."
us a sock to play.
Wow. That man died to disrespect. I'm so dead. You was a bitch.
Well, you know, I also hit him in the face with a hammer.
Right, but he died to the disrespect.
Yeah, the last hit.
You know, when
fell
last
with
hit
a
hole in
hammer.
when he got hit really hard, right?
He was
He got really dazed, and then she cast sleep, and then he was like, oh,
he was bleeding
I have
out.
narcolepsy.
He said narcolepsy.
And he falls over, right? And all of a sudden, people were throwing fire, and he gets up. He's like, "Oh!"
He wakes up to 4 swords. He wakes up to swords, hits him in the face and fireball. And then I'm like, and all of that damage just
And then-
culminates.
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation right now.
Morgan Freeman voice.
You see, when I was a young bugbear, I wondered where my life would end up. And it seems today, my life is coming to an end.
It's just the start of Emperor's New Groove.
Great.
Oh,
Because it's like a rating and stuff.
oh God.
That's it. Every fight got to end with this. There's a heart, there's a heart.
That
I
happened.
instantly start playing music.
I wish you were as amused as
I
we are.
instantly start violing. No, looting. I gotta use the lute for that. Everywhere you look, it's playing right now. The signature song of Disrespect.
I guess we stop and look and see if I got any cool shit.
Corona for the director?
Yay.
Virus.
For
I
me,
didn't want a Corona.
Brother, you just straight up.
He said he wanted a piranha plant.
Corona
Corona?
plant.
He wanted a
I
chocobo.
don't got Piranha Plant, I got Corona.
No, you got prawn plant.
where's Cam?
Sorry, due to our mistake,
I'll
this
take
drink
that.
is free.
Where's the lime at?
In the coconut.
Where's the one being that was breaking?
I don't know.
It costs money, yeah.
Yes, it does cost money, doesn't it?
The actual.
But there is a discount. because Allie said so.
Is it a discount?
All day, apparently.
All day.
All damn
We
day.
got to refund
$5
all of
drinks.
that.
As a
What's the
$5.
discount?
It's $5.
It was for Overwatch.
Yeah.
Mixed drinks $5. She literally posted it on Twitter. She literally threw that shit on Twitter this morning.
No one wants this Corona?
Turn this fucking stream off.
Everywhere you look.
He said Director Corona. You were in the room, right?
No,
That's
direct.
right.
He said direct to Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
Want Corona?
Corona.
I just drank it.
Corona fresh from China.
Yeah, are you gonna throw it away?
It's about. I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna go sell it. You want a Corona or not?
Enjoy yourself.
No, I'm good.
Enjoy yourself.
Bro,
Celebrate.
you
Nah,
high or something? You
Corona.
never say no to drugs. What's wrong with you?
Wow, in that world.
Well,
has
you're on
come to
stream,
an
brother.
end. The world has come to an end. He's
Listen,
not
they
on
be
camera. Let's
cursing
go.
18 plus.
All right, that's cool.
What is?
This is
He drinking a whole wine on stream.
So,
So,
Not to disrespect, and
right, disrespect.
we gonna cut that.
Oh, this shit's live. There ain't no cutting it.
Oh well, y'all gonna stop watching.
Y'all ignore the last 20
Y'all
minutes,
ignore
please.
all of that.
Yeah, your camera's right there, though.
It's like, that's nice, but it's like.
So with that,
I just realized I am not going to finish this drink after taking
It
2
was like
sips.
White Claw. For real?
really,
Yes. I'm like,
Does it taste like a white version?
yeah.
That's what. Yeah. If you don't want it, I'll drink.
Refresh,
Oh, you're not gonna drink it at
refresh
all.
2 seconds.
No, I just
to
realized
make
if I
people-
have any more of this, I will not be able to get home.
Oh.
Is it that
oh, is it mixed strong?
How much is it?
Yes.
Chill.
That'll be $5, please.
Yeah, just pass it around.
So with that, the
Yes.
creatures that have ambushed you on the plains
That is too strong.
in
It is
who mixed it? I wonder.
probably can't.
We'll find out.
Probably can't.
It's cool.
You drank it.
So camo pops out
There
of the
was
bushes.
that camo pops out of the bushes and assails you with a strawberry mixed
Gamer.
chocobo.
You take 5 alcohol.
I'm
damage.
listening.
Yeah,
I
I'm here.
promise.
I'm here.
The creatures that have ambushed you in the plain from the tall grass as you were entranced by the storm on the northern horizon have all been slain. And with that, you have 3 dead creatures lying at your feet.
I ain't going to drink anyway.
I will go ahead and loot the one in front of me. Before,
Go ahead and
before,
give me an
before
investigation.
Master realizes.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm giving him advantage.
Okay. So I'll roll with advantage on that one.
Well, I mean, so you're searching that one.
Yeah.
Are you going to search?
Oh, wait, I'll just search my own shit.
Okay. Yeah. So,
like
so
it.
that'll be +4. That was 4.
16.
So 16. There
That's investigation. Okay, that's 14.
you go. 16, 14.
Okay, 16 for you, 14 for you. 16. So you each see on each one of these guys. This one has a single javelin on it, and it has the
I have
Morning
2
Star.
in me.
This one has 2 javelins, and it has its Morning Star. Each of them have a belt pouch.
We'll take that.
And
It's cash mark FGC _ Jesus.
that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
What an enormous waste of time. They don't even have the decency to have things worth taking.
So you said it was a pouch on them?
There's a pouch on each one.
What's in the pouch?
Okay. So you open the pouch, and each, yours has,
You can search yours as well if you want. Treasure.
Search mine.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
search mine too.
Hey.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I don't know.
Oh.
It has some coins in it, some silver, some copper.
1.
It has 8 silver pieces and 9 copper pieces. That's
Okay.
in yours.
I take
Not
that.
yours.
Yep, erasing. Erasing.
What is your investigation roll?
Oh wait. I
Oh,
took-
it's a cash mark FGC Jesus without an underscore. Don't be sending your money to random Jesuses now.
Yeah, random Jesus.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7.
10
gotta
minus
do the
3?
request.
You have a minus 3 investigation.
what's
Minus
yours?
3.
Do you? What's your investigation?
What was your roll?
CAMRO.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I thought it was a 10. All right.
But
Don't
I
mind me.
have
I'm
2.
stupid.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm stupid.
Okay.
CAMRO.
So with a 7,
210.
you see that this one has it has 2 javelins strapped across its back, and it has its Morning Star as well. And
Cameron?
um,
Yeah. 210.
that's it.
No E.
There's no,
No ink, so it's just
not the
cameras.
page. Okay. Was there anything in my guy's pouch?
So you search the pouch,
Yep.
and what was your investigation again?
16.
16. Okay.
Nothing crazy.
So
search you
in
up,
the pouch,
apparently.
you find coinage. Again, 9 silver
Yo,
pieces.
give me a cash app to scan. We're going high tech with this.
6 copper pieces.
16.
I forgot to do that. Here.
And make a perception check.
Probably that.
That's a little 7 plus 3, so 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah,
So
do that. You're gonna be like,
two things.
Whoa, why she see that?
Also in that pouch there is there's a small.
Yeah, low tech over here.
There's a very
That's all
small
right.
pouch of herbs.
I
at the
got
bottom.
time, and you've got money.
I got money.
Okay.
Why don't I just type it?
Okay.
And the thing that you notice
I
that's
did,
sort
it's
of
the
peculiar
same. Oh, you've never sent money to this person.
is
before.
that
Hell
Yeah, I'm
these are
getting the
not
same
coins
price.
from the
that's
Empire.
for a request.
Yeah.
These
No,
coins,
let me, it
this-
won't let me
Silver
look.
and copper?
Hmm?
What? Silver and copper?
the silver and copper, where
That's impossible.
the
You can't request.
the Chalian Empire
Let me try.
has
Let me try.
No,
the symbol
wait,
of
hold
the
on.
Empire
Yeah, just make sure you're getting
stamped onto the
requested.
coin.
Cameron C. Allen?
These
Yeah.
are just
That
round
one has to eat.
melted coins. I mean,
Okay.
these are
Got
not
it.
any sort of a minted coin,
Blanks. Okay.
right?
Your bra plant's on its way.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, sir.
They notice it. Would you like anything else to eat or drink?
No, thank you.
Fair enough.
Everywhere you look.
Roll for food. Okay.
She's so stupid.
That laugh, though.
Bro.
So I'll-
oh, that's scary.
So
Hold
after that,
on.
I'll throw
I gave him a
uh,
20. Where's my other
Rena, and
5?
I'll throw her the pouch of herbs, so she seems to be the one who knows
The
about
fuck?
that.
Okay. So Swinford is giving you a pouch of herbs
So I
that he
picked up
found.
herbs.
Can I mix them with my other? I'm just
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'll just put them in my pocket.
yeah.
You're just gonna carry them with you.
You gotta do
Well,
your
can I study them really quickly?
Absolutely. Make a medicine check.
Wow, I have that number.
Yes.
You can do this. Don't roll a 1.
She makes a bomb out of herbs.
Went from balm to bomb.
Bomb.
10.
So with a 10, you're not 100% certain, but you feel like these could be herbs that have some sort of a healing property.
Okay.
Could
That,
be.
that's really the best that you can pull out of it.
Could be poison.
Take it
Tastes a little
anyways.
bitter.
I'm thinking on poison.
Okay. So
That's
with that, combat is completed. You have gotten into the early evening in your travels when you were ambushed by these creatures. Do you wish to travel through the night, or
so I'm a little rough. I wouldn't mind bedding down. Up to you guys.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a rest. Let's take a rest and then continue on.
okay? So,
I'll take a rest too.
are you going to keep any sort of watch?
Are we in the tall grass?
What is the plan? Yes.
Okay, so we can kind of
Did I level up?
bed down. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Did he just ask that? Look, I forgot. That was a joke.
Of course.
Did I level up?
There's no way.
No, I'm just kidding. Forget his joke. Did I level up? I'm serious.
Okay. I'll presume that the answer to my question was no then, because smartasses.
No. Gorm,
We do
full
that.
of himself after a day of victorious battle, merely sets up a campsite and leaves the others to their devices.
Sure. I can do nothing to protect myself, so I'm just gonna.
Actually, you know what? You said
Curl.
if he stays up all night, it is considered a long rest.
Not if you stay up all night, but
Okay.
you can.
If I keep watch.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not like, as long as you're not performing actual activity.
Okay. Then I will do that.
Okay. Fair enough. And then you will have to spend part of it sleeping in order to not incur a
That's
point
fair.
of exhaustion. So it would be a matter of rotating with someone, perhaps, as far as a watch goes. So
Okay.
go ahead and make a perception check since you're catching the first watch.
Okay. You have to stay up. That is a 5.
A 5. So you really don't notice much, unfortunately, because you can't help but watch as the storm moves slowly closer feels like. But your watch is mostly you staring at the clouds and the ensuing storm. And who would take the second watch?
A real one.
Ren takes the second watch.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
What did I say? Is that 7?
That's a 13.
13 plus.
Plus. You said
Perception.
perception should be 5, but let me make sure. Perception is 5. So, you said what? 13? 18?
13 plus 5?
Yeah.
18. So
I see it all.
you may not see it all, but you see a lot.
It's out there.
And you feel like your party's probably, you can already see the Tor on the horizon to the north, and the silhouette kind of against the starlit, moonlit night. It just rises up very abruptly in the middle of the open grassland, and you can tell with just by that you're about a half day's journey away from it. So if you guys get up and move in the next morning, you'll arrive about midday the following day. Beyond that, you just notice the grass as it kind of blows from north to south, the wind kind of coming across your party as you rest, and just that storm just growing ever closer. And that will take you on into the following morning, and we're going to go ahead and stop there.
Lit.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, brother, the storm is growing closer.
Oh no.
So that was
Everything about this is bad.
You know what, guys? That
Everything.
was a highly productive session.
Yes.
I am excited for where this
I
is
even
going.
learned some stuff. No, I'm joking.
I know it.
No,
You all
yeah.
learned some
Why
stuff.
won't it? Yeah, I gotta go get. I literally have to go get my phone. It won't let me say okay. It's like, do you want to confirm it?
All right.
You can't do it.
Woo!
So,
So I gotta get my phone. But I
cool.
Do you have
I guess that's it.
What's
And
up,
then
I
we'll
don't
be
use it.
back
It's
next
broken.
Sunday.
But I
Anybody
can-
not going to be here
get
next
it so
Sunday?
I can accept it.
I will
I'll do my best to be here next Sunday.
Next Sunday, I should definitely be able to.
I know that I have it scheduled for me to come in on Saturday for.
Yeah. Conan.
Alright, yeah.
That's lit. I just. am I
If you
free?
guys are not doing anything Saturday and you want to play something, I will be here
I might be.
playing other games.
Do you mean there are games other than D&D 5e?
Yes.
That's
Speaking
horrible.
of D&D though, did I level up?
Speaking of D&D, though, you did not.
Yep.
Come on.
Oh, right?
If we had gotten to the place, we probably would.
Damn it, Hall! Instant gratification! And
It's
with
not
that,
even instant. It's been 3 sessions
it's been
now.
3 sessions. Cry more, noob. So, with that, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you so much for watching, either live or not live. And we will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.
Bye.